important. So we got to talk in English, and also I will translate in Creole for those of you, for everybody who are listening to the radio. So, Town Councilor Ryan, good morning and welcome back to Radio Tele Planet Compass. Did I say Happy New Year to you already, even though we are in March? And I don't think that...
That's all right. It's never too late.
That's
Thank you.
That's the first visit. But that's the visit. It's very important because there are really serious issues we got to talk about. First of all, we got to talk about the town of Randolph.
Yep.
And also we got to talk about the coronavirus. And the first question I would like to ask you, I mean, we are living in a time where things are very tough now. We don't know exactly what will happen tomorrow with that virus who's creating panic all over the place. Mm-hmm. And the first question, how is the town doing to respond to coronavirus?
Yeah, so thank you again for having me on. I look forward to coming back again. We'd like to do a few more updates as time goes on. Okay. Make some progress. But in terms of the coronavirus, the first thing to say about that is in Randolph, we have an incredible team of department heads that are leading us not only through this emergency management time, but always. Our police chief, our fire chief, our senior and community programs director, we have our health commissioner, everyone, though they're extreme professionals who have been working very hard day in and day out and putting extra time in to make sure that Randolph is ahead of the curve on this. And, we closed schools before the state mandated to close schools. We were closely monitoring all of the cases. We currently have 0 confirmed cases, 0 potential cases of coronavirus in Randolph. We're working closely with businesses to make sure that, they get anything they need. We're working closely. We closed the community center. We closed the...
the community center closed also?
Closed, yep. So before the governor made any edicts about the closing and 25 people and no crowds, we had already taken steps to
go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and then we made plans to not only clean the schools but clean the community center and the public buildings. We haven't closed town hall yet, but we do encourage people and have been, and the town manager has been fantastic. If you go on Facebook, which most people get, their news and information from now. You can always go on the town's website, www.randolph-ma.gov. But you can also look on Facebook, Randolph, Massachusetts. It has the town seal as the picture. And he puts updates on there almost daily. So it's fantastic. He's doing a great job making sure he's getting all the information out.
So, Town Councilor, M. Ryan, fait nous connaître que Mandeli, c'est comment et Ville Randolph a avancé avec coronavirus là qui a fait ravage dans le monde. Jusqu'à présent, pas un grand monde qui est malade de coronavirus dans Randolph. That's very important. 0 case. That means we are in shape so far.
Right.
Okay. But ça ne veut pas dire pour autant il n'y a pas de mesure pour capable épargner difficultés. Mais c'est comme ça, il y a un pile côté au fermé l'école dans Randolph bien avant que le gouverneur a pris mesure là, l'école fermée. Et il y a aussi même community center, gros community center qui est dans Pleasant Street là, il ferme tout. Donc et il croit que police chief là avec tout le monde dans Randolph a travaillé de près pour capable camber Randolph et en bon état. Et puis, il y a l'école, tout, il y a propre. They are cleaning the schools too. So that's another point. So tu as besoin de visiter, tu as besoin de plus d'informations sur comment Ville Randolph a marché avec le coronavirus. Tu es capable de parler. You can go on
www.randolph-ma.gov. Yep.
.gov. So, de vous faire randolph.ma/gov, ce qui veut dire, on peut avoir toute l'information. Encore une fois, on répond randolph.ma.gov. It's very important. So, capable de toute information sur Ville Randolph. So, il y a un paquet de décisions qui déjà prend pour Randolph avancer. So, when they say they're closing school in Randolph, is it for April 7 also, the same time Governor Baker give to everybody, to all schools?
Right. So, last Friday, we closed schools internally on our own until March 27th.
Yes, that's
and
right.
then the the governor did his press conference yesterday, and he closed schools until April 7th. So we're following that with the schools. It's important to know about the schools, especially if anybody has any school-age children that are listening, or anybody who knows anybody who does. We are giving out lunch and breakfast at a drop-off location. Look on the town's website, look on the school's website, and look on the town Facebook page.
Oh, you're giving lunch and breakfast?
Yes.
How do you do it? Because everybody's at home.
So it's it's like a drive-through, just like McDonald's. So
okay.
you go
they have to go to where?
I don't know the place yet. They're announcing it today. They may have already done it. It'll be on all of those sources, the websites and the Facebook page.
Okay.
They'll announce where they're doing it, but it's going to be one central location, maybe two because the town is big.
That's good.
But we're making sure that the kids get breakfast and lunch every day while we're doing it.
Even though they're not at school?
Correct.
Wow. Donc, Town Councilor Ryan fait nous connaître que si moun yo qui pas l'école, même si yo pas l'école, mais Town a peut obligé ba au lunch avec breakfast. Gon côté y a déterminé mais qui côté qui sent spécialement pour passer pour ti moun prendre breakfast li. I mean, grand moun I can say the adults can get the breakfast for them, right?
Yep.
Okay. Or you can do you have to bring the kids with you or the adult?
You don't. No.
You just say what school your children,
right?
Okay,
right,
and then you get the breakfast.
There'll be more guidance. The schools are still getting guidance from the state on this process as well. So it's a fluid situation as it all is.
C'est ça.
But as far as we know, they have a list of everyone. So you just give them your name, and they should know your child's name. And
okay, so if they go to randolph.ma.gov, they should be able to get the information.
Yep.
And also on the Facebook page, you say the city of Randolph?
Yep.
I mean, the
Randolph,
town of
Massachusetts. Yep. The Facebook page is Randolph.
This Facebook page is Randolph, Massachusetts. Pas bien, non? Page Facebook, c'est Randolph, Massachusetts. Vous mettez Randolph, Massachusetts, ou puis qu'on y a, ou la page Facebook là, vous avez toute information. Comment Timounio qui prend breakfast, qui prend lunch, c'est non côté principal qu'il y a bas. Même si vous parlez l'école, oui. Mais il y a bas Timounio lunch avec. This is very important, for the kids who don't go to school, but they should be able to be fed by the town of Randolph. That's something very important. And now, when I check in the notes from the governor of Massachusetts, Baker, so they prohibit now gatherings of more than 25 people in community and civic events, including fitness centers, theaters, and private clubs.
Yep.
That means you cannot go over 25.
Right.
So they got to be strict now. Even churches too.
Yep.
Oh my.
Yep. So I just left a meeting.
Oh my.
I know.
Even the prayer.
Even the prayer.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
We're all going to have to pray.
Oh, I cannot go to church on Sunday no more.
No.
Oh,
no. We're all going to have to get together here.
Oh man, yes.
Pray together.
Oh man.
But we should never stop praying, and we should.
That's why we should never stop praying. C'est ça.
Especially in a time like this.
Like that. Very good. Let me say that to people. What we just said. So, je parle avec Town Councilor Egan. If I'm gonna, I keep saying Egan.
That's okay. Everybody
I put an I in front of your name.
Yeah.
Town Councilor Egan, fait nous connaît que la prière c'est très important. On n'est pas capable de stopper prier. You have to keep praying. Do not stop praying. Surtout dans le moment que nous vivons là. Mais me dit l'église l'église pas qu'à fonctionner avec 25 grands monde il dit non c'est pour prier la caou sans cesse. Mais problème non si que après réunion pas qu'à gagner plus que 25 monde dans groupe là, c'est ça qu'il dit. But what about the bar? What about the restaurants? That's what keep business going, and most the town of Randolph, we need the business to stay alive.
Yep.
So how the town is going to get going now?
So
if all this place is closing.
In terms of the town's revenue, I just got out of the meeting with the department heads and the town manager.
Yes.
And the town manager has asked all of his department heads to make sure that any income that they feel like they're losing because of the impact this has.
Yes.
So, we get meals tax. So if you go out and you go to...
you say meal tax?
Meals.
Meals tax.
Yeah, like a food tax.
Okay.
So if you go out and you spend money at McDonald's, if you go out to a restaurant, you go out and spend money there, there's a percentage tax on that meal, and it comes to the town. It's a local tax.
Okay.
So now that people aren't dining out as much, we lose a lot of that money. So we're starting to estimate, we can look at what those have been the prior years.
That's right.
And how much the
find out,
difference is.
yes.
And then we'll submit our request
They
to the
should be able to
state.
compensate the town.
Exactly.
Otherwise, there's no way
so,
we can.
So yes,
Yes.
then that's what we're doing. We're trying to work with the state to make sure once all this is over,
Okay.
We fight for that money.
That's it. So, town, comment Monsieur Ryan, est-ce que nous sommes capables d'avancer si que pas de business, bar pas fonctionner, pas de restaurant, tout restaurant ça va fermer, comment town n'a pas le faire camper? Donc, il dit par exemple, on a le manger, il y a un petit taxe 1000 qui est au bail, d'habitude, il y a 6 mois pas aller encore, donc, il n'y a pas une opportunité pour faire comme ça. Pour cela, il y a gardé les gens que nous avons mangé dans le passé, et puis, il y a un chiffre, déterminer c'est combien, et puis à partir de là, pour être capable de compenser les town, à savoir, so you're talking about the state, to compensate the town or the federal or something?
So the federal government, because we declared a national emergency,
Yes,
there's
they
about
should be able to
$50
step
billion in the
Yes.
Federal Emergency Management Agency's coffers that will end up trickling down to the states
Yes.
into their local emergency management, MEMA, which
It's
we
system,
have,
that's why.
and then we will apply to get reimbursements from
different.
MEMA. So
So is it the town council, they are the one that they are in charge to take care of that?
So we will work with the town manager, in sync with the town manager. I've been working very closely. I just got elected the vice president in January.
Oh, that's very good.
So the president and vice president work very closely with the town manager to make sure that both the town council and the town manager, as the executive form of government, work closely with our state reps and state senators and get that money and anything else.
So that's what I was going to ask
Yep.
you. What has happened so far with the council? So the council is the one that take care of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, you meet once a week or every other week?
We meet. We've been meeting every week, pretty much. We've
okay.
had a busy few months.
Okay.
We've been trying to do things a little bit differently.
Okay.
We've been trying to fix our internal rules and how we operate the meeting. We have been working on a different budget schedule. Most of the things that we've been working on will end up getting pushed down the road or changed because of the coronavirus's effect.
Yes,
The
big
governor
time.
has been putting a lot of legislation forward that's been pushing a lot of the things we're doing down the road.
C'est ça.
So-
So, Monsieur Ryan Egan, est-ce que council, pas oublier, don't forget, Randolph don't have a mayor. We don't have a governor. I mean, we got a governor that's bigger, but we don't have a mayor like, Brockton. So it's the council that take care of all this stuff. So in order for the town to run smooth, to run properly, you guys are the one in charge.
Sure.
Okay. So, Monsieur Egan, pas oublier, Randolph, pas de magistrat, c'est council là qui... How many people in the council again?
9.
Il y a 9 moun dans council là. C'est eux-mêmes qui, pour tout bagage marcher bien dans ville Randolph, c'est eux-mêmes qui en charge. Et tout règlement interne, toutes affaires budget schedule, c'est council là qui est occupé de ça. Donc, Kounia là, avec coronavirus qui paraît Kounia là, qui un petit peu prend tout le monde tête en bas, et bien c'est eux-mêmes qui pour make sure que town run properly. And so what is in the docket right now in the near future with the coronavirus? That's been, it's like we are living in an uncertain territory.
Yep.
That's mean we don't know what will happen.
Yep.
Nobody knew. Let's say in November, December, nobody knew something like that. I mean, we know it's happening in China, but we didn't know it was going to be huge like that. Where Italy is shutting down, Spain is shutting down, France. It's like the whole world is getting hit by that coronavirus. Something we never see before. I mean, I think I born before you, but I never lived something like that. Randolph is like a second Haiti to me since 1999. Yeah. I never see this kind of a virus coming and shut down everything in life. So what I'm saying, what you think will happen in the near future?
Yeah, I think it's unprecedented what's going on right now. It's uncharted territory.
That's right.
We've had things that are similar to this, H1N1, bird flu, Spanish flu.
That's right.
But we've been able to curb those in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, what we need to do and I hate to talk so much about coronavirus. I wish we could talk more about all the other things we're doing, but this is what we need to be talking about. Yeah,
that's the big elephant in the room,
right?
Because it blocks everything,
right? Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, anything that we're working on, like I said, is secondary. So, what we really need to do is take the governors and the CDC's guidance into consideration. What's happening in Italy will happen here if we don't start to stay indoors more and start to social distance, as they're saying. We really need to make sure we're not going out into these big groups, that we're not, if you or I get sick from this, we'll probably be sick for 2 weeks and we'll recover. Wow. There may be some after effects for us, but we're young. We'll get back. But the older folks or people with,
they are the one that really get hit by that.
Right, and the problem is what's happening in Italy. It's scary because, and it's the same thing here. We're not prepared for a mass, pandemic. We only have so many ventilators. We only have so many hospital beds. So we're going to have to, at some point, if it gets very bad, like Italy, what's happening in Italy is they have to essentially say anyone over the age of 80, we can't treat you. So it's a death sentence because they don't have enough machines. They don't have enough beds. They don't have enough. And it's hard because how do you make that distinction? And
recently there are about 364 people die.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And we can avoid that if we stay inside, if we, wash our hands more, if we follow the things that everyone is saying, because it seems like it's overkill right now.
That's right.
But because we're not there yet. We're about 2 weeks behind Italy.
That's why.
So that's why we need to take these preventative measures.
So, Ryan Egan, c'est qui décision qu'il prend pour l'avenir, parce que pas de monde qui connaît que le coronavirus t'a venu attaquer non comme ça, et brusquement le coronavirus là mettait le monde tête en bas. Qu'on prend Italie, ou prend Espagne, ou prend la France, c'est toujours problème. Me rappelle que tu as H1N1 qui là, tu as SARS tout, mais tu as Ebola, but it wasn't like that before. It wasn't like that. Et c'est ça que fait. Et même, il peut suivre direction que le gouverneur là, avec CDC et Bayo, c'est à partir de là pour avancer. Mais il connaît que même qu'il a caillou, c'est plus que la caillou. Nous avons ça les hand sanitizer là qu'on est capable d'utiliser avec. You got to use. I will ask him in a moment about the shelves of in the market that's kind of empty lately. Hand sanitizer is really hard to get. We also have wipes before you do anything. Here at the radio, we want to make sure all the microphone, the desk, clean often the doors. So tout porte net for by ça you capable propter. Ça ou même soit fait pour protéger tout, you have to do it. Things that you have to do to protect yourself, you got to do it. But when people stay in the house all day, now it look like you start getting depressed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Things happening.
Yeah.
So you cannot go nowhere, and someone who like to drink say, okay, I'm going to a bar and get something to drink. You can't anymore. You say, no, let me go to church, I'll get a group and we can. No, it's all in the house now.
Yeah.
So now things are different now.
Yeah, so what they're recommending is to stay out of large groups and to stay out of confined areas. So being outside, go outside, go for a drive.
Okay.
Go walk in a park. Those things are recommended. You can go outside. You can, go out for what you need. To the store if you need something, but limit that time. If you have to be in a meeting with someone, limit it to 10 minutes and try and stay 6 feet away. You can still. We don't have to be on complete lockdown, but we have to follow, those things. But we have parks in Randolph. We have parks in Brockton and Boston and the places that we, are available to us that are close. So utilize those. One thing that I'm doing that we need to make sure the neighbors are helping with as well. I'll sit up.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Because yesterday, there was a mass yesterday here.
Oh, okay.
Father Gustave Mirat.
Okay.
He came in to do a mass for the Catholic people who couldn't go to church.
Yeah, very good.
Brockton,
Marapin,
and Cambridge, Somerville cannot go to church. So that's
fantastic.
He had to come in to do a mass for everybody.
Yes.
People online. Yes, it was listening on Facebook. Oh man, I'd beat a record on Facebook, people. So that's been who was moving things around.
Oh yes.
So that's why I have to adjust my stuff again to make sure.
God likes to beat records.
Yes,
you know?
yes. Oh man.
I go to church at St. Cecilia's and St. Mary's.
Yes.
And St. Cecilia's did a live stream mass, which I watched, which was great. And they also had a lot of people watch, a few hundred people from their community. So, but one thing I am doing to help with the stir craziness and being stuck in the house is I run a book program, a free book program to help promote literacy and reading for children under the age of 15. Yep.
Good.
So if, any events that I go to, the farmers market, Harvest Hoopla, community events, I set up a table in a tent and I give out these books and people recycle them. So they have, if you have any books from your daughter and you say, we don't need these because they're for, a 12-year-old, then you would donate them. And I give them out for free. So one thing I'm doing, because we don't have any events right now, is if you go on my website, you can sign up. It's counciloregan.com.
Okay, Council.
Yep, COUNCIL. OR. Egan, EGAN.com. You can sign up. It's /book program. Or you can just go on and click the book program button. You can sign up, and if you have, if you have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, I have books. I wipe them down. I put them in a plastic bag. You give me your address, and I put them in the mailbox.
That's very nice.
So, and then they can get excited about a new book coming.
That's very nice.
So that's something we're trying to do to make sure people have something to look forward to, and they're not just stuck in the house. And I'm working with the town manager as well to help start to promote the trails in town and the parks in town to make sure people feel like they can stay in the house, but they can also get out, and they're not saying, oh, I need to go to the bar. They can get out to the park instead.
That's it.
So, we're trying our best to make sure that we do everything.
So, Councilor Egan fait nous connaître, pas oublier, lui-même, lui intéressé en pile à moun capable écrire. Meilleure façon, nous qu'a fait ça, pas oublier, si ti moun yo kounyak pas qui parle l'école, ou pas à l'école. Donc, visitez website là, c'est Councilor Egan, COUNCILOR Egan EGAN.com. Là visitez li /book ou bien de pour aller sur website là ou taper programme tout ou bien programme non. Et petit monde qui a 6 ans, we talking about 6 years, you say 6 years?
You can do it. I have books from age 1 to age 12.
OK, les conseils de livres que collecter pour petit monde. Non seulement petit monde de âge, 1 an jusqu'à 12 ans. Et puis, vous allez visiter ce site-là, et puis, vous êtes capable de jouer un livre dans menu. They have to call you or they have to email you?
Once you sign up on the website, it'll give you, you'll put up all your information. It'll go straight to my email, and I will handle it from there.
I think they are listening to me, and they understand better than me because they already know what you say. What I'm trying to get the English and French together at the same time. They said, check the Mr. Compa. He's keep talking. We already know what Councilor Egan say. Okay, so oubliez ou capable de livre dans menu à la website li a counciloregan.com et puis de pour aller clique sur programme là et puis kounya capable sign up et puis la bonne opportunité pour capable de livre pendant temps ça qu'on parle l'école là cap très bon pour. Other problem I realize it's these days, man, it's hard to find water. Not only water, but things when you go to the market. I went to BJ's. You can go to Walmart. Most of the shelves are empty. It's like people are panicking. They think it's the end of the world. And with the coronavirus, look like, hey, and the kids are at school. People went and empty shelves.
Right.
But I heard the president and also people who are in charge of the groceries saying, no, you don't have to do that because there will be groceries available anytime for you. But what makes people panicking so much like that? Is it the coronavirus? I heard that.
Yeah, I mean, it is the coronavirus, but I think it's more of the uncertainty of what will happen. Because it's not something that's immediate. It takes 3 to 12 days to even show symptoms. So people are stocking up, but and I think this is again unprecedented and uncharted territory. So I think the governor and the local cities and towns have done a good job preparing folks in a timely way. They didn't come out and say, we need to shut down bars 2 weeks ago, like all at once. They did it staggered. They said, we want to limit to 250 people, and then we want to limit to 25, and then we want to close schools. Maybe we won't close schools, maybe we will. And, they did it in a way that prevented a lot of panic at the same time, which I think was good. What's going on at the supermarkets, the governor was absolutely right when he said, make sure you're not hoarding. Because the 10 cans that you get and you only need 3 takes away from 2 seniors who could use it. And on that note, check on your neighbors, check on those who have kids and seniors, call them, text them, and say, do you
and look like people would buy for themselves.
Right. But this is a time where we need to pray, but we need to pray with our actions as well.
Yes.
We need to make sure that we're reaching out to people and doing the things that we go to church every Sunday and say, these, when I'm hungry, you fed me. When I was naked, you clothed me. We need to make sure that we're living those words in these times as well. It's not just in the good times.
Yes.
And
but when people realize the stadium, everything is closed now. Like the sports, you cannot go to the Celtics, you cannot go to the Boons game or. Patriots, we know the season is over, but you cannot go anywhere.
Right.
And once you can't go anywhere, look like people say, hey, something is coming.
Right.
But we know the coronavirus is the one that caused all the problem.
Sure.
But they don't need to empty the shelves like that, thinking like it's the end of the world, so there won't be tomorrow. Let's get whatever we can and forget about the rest.
Right. And I think a lot of people feel like they are left out of something, like they're not being told something. And if you do feel like that, I urge you to reach out to your local, like people like me, people like Natasha, people like anybody on the board. Somebody like Walter Timothy, any of your representatives, because it may be that you don't know some of the things that are available out there.
That's right.
But like I see a lot of people posting on the community groups. Is school closed? What about trash and everything? We are putting out all of those updates. Anything we're learning about the virus, we're putting out there as fast as possible. And I think it's a comfort for people to see people like me, people like Natasha, people like the town manager and Walter Timothy get out there and say things like that. So I've been trying to put as much on Facebook as well. One thing I do want to talk about, right after here, I'm going to the food pantry.
Okay.
So I have announced that I'm not going to any town council meetings in the month of March, and that they should cancel them, and that the councilors should spend their time in the community making sure
the community is
safe and well educated and help. So I'm spending the next few Mondays at the food pantry trying to take and getting some volunteers, younger volunteers, who, if they did catch anything,
really nice.
would be able to bounce back, because most of the volunteers at the food pantry are 60, 70, and 80.
Wow.
So they're the ones that are going to be most susceptible. So we need to get them out of there.
So that's what you're working on now?
Right. So right after here, I'm going there, and I'm spending the rest of the day at the food pantry to make sure. And I just want everybody to know, and this would be a great thing to translate as well, is the food pantry is waiving all requirements for food. If you need food, if the supermarkets are bare, if you can't get anywhere, if you need food for an emergency, because your kids are home, whatever, especially seniors, the food pantry will give you food. We come to the food pantry, just bring an ID, something that has a Randolph. So where's the food pantry at? The food pantry, so it's on 1 Turner Drive. It's right behind the fire station and the library. Okay. So if anybody knows where the library and the fire station are, the First Congregational Church, it's right behind there, right across from the high school.
So, Town Councilor Ryan Egan fait nous connaître que immédiatement quitter radio là, il prend le travail, il prend dans food pantry parce que même rencontre qui te gen pour faire avec tout town councilor, yo c'est obligé cancel yo parce que lui même rôle dans moment ça c'est make sure ouais comment grand monde yo capable de service, comment capable service ba yo. Pour cela gon food pantry tout règlement sous affaire food pantry yo retirer règlement yo. Donc food pantry a sous pas connait dans numéro 1 Turner Drive. 1 Turner Drive c'est tout près library. Yo pas loin si yo capable de manger, porter bay grand monde yo, porter bay moun etc. en façon pour capable aider communauté à aller de l'avant, en façon pour capable service à communauté. I think the well-being of the town is very important, and what you do now, this is something we have to let the community knows. They have to get. But anybody can go to the food pantry or just certain.
Normally, they have income standards.
Okay.
Those are the only, requirements that they have is that you have to be so much income for the amount of people in the house. But right now, we are waiving all of those. So if you need food, come to the food pantry. If you are sick, do not come, call.
Yes.
We will bring it to you.
That's right.
But whatever you need at this time, reach out to us. Reach out to the town. The town hall is open. We are fielding all the calls. I'm always on my cell phone. I'm making sure I'm in the community a little bit more right now.
Yes.
I work from home right now, especially. I work for the sheriff on his campaign, and we've suspended all campaign activity because we, need to make sure that we're focusing on public safety.
So we got 1 minute left,
Yes.
and comme Ryan Egan dit, et food pantry, si par exemple vous avez besoin de manger, vous avez besoin de mettre vin dans food pantry, qui est le numéro 1 Turner et Drive, tout près de la librairie, il a retiré tout règlement. Donc, à savoir, il y a beaucoup sous besoin parce que tient à ce que, ou même dans le moment ça, vous êtes capable de joindre aide, bon côté. Well, I think you say it all, and doing those 35 minutes, that was really a pleasure talking to you, Councilor. And you got to be busy these days with the coronavirus and bringing your help to the community again. Really appreciate it. Keep up the good work. I don't know if you, in 25 seconds, if you have the last word.
Yes, so thank you again for having me on. I wish we could talk about a lot more things that have been going on and are going on. I have a list of them, and
that's it.
I'd love
Anytime
to come back.
Anytime you got the update, we are here for that.
Absolutely. So I'd love to come back on, talk.
No problem.
Especially once this is over, so we can.
No problem. If it's Monday, it's good for you. We are here to pass the message to the community.
Beautiful.
Again,
beautiful. And thank you.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.